Hello class 9th. In today's video, we shall study about the momentum of a body and the Newton's second law of motion. The momentum, which is denoted by small p, is defined as the product of the mass of an object and its velocity. That is, momentum is equal to mass into velocity, or we can write it as p is equal to m into v, where m is the mass of the object and v is its velocity. Momentum is a quantity that has both direction as well as magnitude. The direction of momentum is same as that of the velocity. If we talk about the SI unit of momentum, it is kilogram meter per second. Now, we can easily derive the SI unit of momentum from the above expression, that is P is equal to m into V. So, we know that the SI unit of mass is kilogram and SI unit of velocity is meter per second. So, therefore, the SI unit of momentum equals to kg into meter per second square. Since we know that, or the first law of motion states that when an unbalanced external force acts on an object, its velocity changes. Since the unbalanced force brings a change in the velocity of the object, it is therefore clear that a force also produces a change of momentum. For example, a truck at rest does not require any attention when parked along a roadside. But a moving truck, even at speeds as low as 5 meters per second, may kill a person standing in its path. Why? Because the impact which is produced by the truck is depending upon the mass as well as its velocity. Thus, a moving truck, even if it is moving with a low speed, it may kill a person standing in its path. Newton's second law of motion. The second law of motion states that the rate of change of momentum of an object is proportional to the applied unbalanced force in the direction of the force. Now, what is this rate of change of momentum? We have already learned the change in momentum. Now, the change of momentum of an object depends on the time at which the momentum is changed. So, when change of momentum is considered with respect to time, it is said to be the rate of change of momentum. So, according to this law, the rate of change of momentum is proportional to the unbalanced force which is applied in the direction of the force. Moving on to its mathematical formulation, let us take an object of mass m which is moving along a straight line with an initial velocity u. It is uniformly accelerated to velocity v in time t by the application of a constant force, that is F, throughout the time t. The initial and the final momentum of the object will be, let us suppose that the initial momentum is represented by P1. It will be equal to m into u. Why u? Because u is the initial velocity. So, in case of initial momentum, we are using the initial velocity. And P2, which is the final momentum, it is equal to m into v. Now, the change in momentum is proportional to P2 minus P1. That is the final momentum minus initial momentum. It is in turn proportional to mv minus mu, or if m is taken as common, it becomes m into v minus u. Now, the rate of change of momentum is proportional to m into v minus u divided by t. So, applying the second law of motion, the rate of change of momentum is proportional to the force. So, I can write applied force instead of the rate of change of momentum. So, the applied force F is proportional to m into v minus u by t. So, If we remove the proportionality sign, we have to replace it by a constant. Let this constant be k. F is equal to k into m into v minus u by t, or F is equal to k into m into a, where k is a constant of proportionality. And what is a? A is the acceleration, as we know that acceleration is equal to v minus u by t. So if the value of k is taken as 1, then F is equal to m into a. So this is the required expression of second law of motion, that is force is equal to the product of mass of an object and its acceleration. The SI unit of force is kg meter per second square or Newton, and Newton has a symbol capital N. Example of second law of motion. The second law of motion is often seen in everyday life. While catching a fast moving cricket ball, a fielder in the ground gradually pulls his hands backwards with the moving ball. In doing so, the fielder increases the time during which the high velocity of the moving ball decreases and reaches to 0. Since the velocity is changing, therefore the acceleration of the ball is also decreasing, and the impact of catching the fast moving ball is also reduced. If the ball is stopped suddenly, the rate of change of momentum of the ball will be large. How? Because if the ball is stopped suddenly, then its high velocity decreases to 0 in a very short interval of time. So therefore the rate of change of momentum will be large. Hence a large force would have to be applied for holding the catch, and this may hurt the palm of the fielder. Similar case is observed when an athlete falls on a cushion bed or on a sand bed. Why they are made to fall on a cushioned or sand bed? Because this increases the time of the athlete's fall to stop after making the jump. Hence, the rate of change of the momentum decreases, and hence the force also decreases.